I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, my bougie babes. This is season 4, episode 2 of Summer House Mice Will Play. I'm your host, Akillah, Ffriend, and I'm giving you wealth and opulence aspirations because your girl ain't here yet. And I'm joined by my 2 hosts, one, Amir Yassai. You can find Amir in Bridgehampton because he can't afford the Hamptons. And Jane Johnsen. She's bi-coastal, meaning she left Vanderpump to come on down to the Hamptons and join us today. Y'all, this episode, can we talk about my future life?
Yes. We're manifesting right here.
Manifest it all. What are y'all overall thoughts about this? I mean, this is only the 2nd episode of this brand new season, but we're joined by some of our favorites from previous seasons. What do you think?
I just can't wait to be a cast member. I'm like, Bravo, if you're listening, just let me in there.
Yes.
I can be the Middle Eastern man to Jules. We can make a little power couple. I think she needs a little help. I mean, she's starting to come for Lindsay, which I like.
She is.
But she's finally starting to kind of, work for her supper, so it's good. I'm loving it.
Being plastered never looked so classy.
Yes.
This crew is on fire. Yeah, give me that ham horn, baby. There's just 15 minutes of ham horn. I'm like, Reformation.
Yes.
It's great. It's great.
It's too
I can't even think of other brand names because I shop resale only. Like, Reformation, that's a store I walked by the other day.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Paige wears all that stuff.
Paige wears it all.
I was in the window just like,
One day.
Yeah. That's how I watch this show.
It's like,
one day.
Yes.
Because I don't know how they afford it.
I don't understand
That's a whole
it either.
nother thing. Yeah.
I don't understand it either. Let me be your Uber driver and just drive you around just to get into the house. I'll bring the
Yes.
paper towels in, whatever I need to do.
Yes.
But they figure it out. And
They
it's
really did.
amazing. It's amazing.
A lot happened in this episode.
So
Oh
much
my
happened.
God.
Can we talk about how it started with Karl saying I love you to Lindsay? And
It's not
Lindsay
gonna
and
end well.
yeah.
words I never thought I would hear.
Never thought you would hear from Karl, first of all.
I mean,
and
we
to
slept with
Lindsay,
everyone.
secondly. Probably it just takes some guys a couple times before, you recognize that you love the person that you've hooked up with everyone else in front of.
Right.
That's sometimes what you need.
Mm-hmm.
When it basically opened, right, with Karl Dutch ovening Lindsay.
Not Dutch oven.
Yeah, he was tuning up a storm in the shades.
Oh, that was Kyle.
That was Kyle. That's how I was like,
That was
Dutch
Kyle
oven.
and Amanda.
But
It's okay.
Oh my
You
God.
said the right thing.
You did,
The right
you
thing
did.
happened.
Okay, so they showed the different couples in bed, and I thought that Karl
Like they're all one
was
and the
the
same.
perpetrator.
It's okay. Karl and Kyle are so close. I'm sure people watching also
Yes,
confuse
yes.
Good
it.
God, you would
They're
think that
basically
I
best
was
friends
plastered
also.
watching it.
I know, right? No, you're fine. You're fine. I think other people have also had the same mistake, so it's all good.
It's fine.
So what else are we jumping into?
I'm going to say,
Tell
what
me.
else we're going to talk about Karl and Lindsay.
Okay, we're talking
We're
about
definitely
Karl
going
and
to talk about Hannah and Luke. So
Okay.
a bunch of different potential pseudo-relationships and real
Yes.
relationships.
Yes.
We'll talk about Paige and her Cartier ring
Ooh.
as well.
Perry the Persian.
And Perry the Persian. I love it.
My Persian peeps. With a little shots of sunset crossover.
Yes, exactly. And then also Paige and Jules, because I didn't know that was a thing until later on this episode, which we'll get to.
Right.
But let's dissect each couple or
Yes.
each potential couple.
Yes.
Again,
Let
let's
me
start
make sure
with,
I know who's
right.
farting on who.
So Karl and Lindsay,
Yeah.
originally best friends,
Yes.
still best friends.
Right.
Now they're taking it up a notch, saying the L word to each other. What do you think about this?
I thought it was so awkward, the drive, because
Oh my
they
gosh.
knew they had fingered each other, gone the first base. I mean, we're in middle school. I don't know what's happening.
Right.
But Danielle had no idea. And then when she broke it to her, she couldn't get it out. It felt like when I came out of the closet, I couldn't get it out. I was like, girl, just say he fingered you.
Right.
I feel like fingering is like an adult handshake. It's like, who cares?
Right.
It's like,
You
nice to
called
meet
it
you.
first base. It's actually second base, Amir.
Oh, see, the gays don't have bases, honey. We just go home run. We don't have bases.
Grand slam every time.
Yeah, sorry. We don't have bases.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
But I was shocked by that. I really was.
Yeah.
And I think that Danielle handled it well, but then because they had dated, she then got kind of shady.
You can tell she was shady. When you laughed that hard at it, the joke was not funny. The joke was not a joke, and you're still laughing that hard.
She
I'm
was a
like,
little uncomfortable.
She was trying to process what was happening.
Absolutely.
You know when you just don't
Absolutely.
know what someone is saying, you're like, ha 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 ha. I'm going to back
cool
away slowly from this situation.
Absolutely. She seemed a little uncomfortable, and I think it's because she didn't want to affect their dynamic. Like, you know, when you're 3 and then 2 people start dating, then you kind of feel like they're going to end up going on a date and leave her out.
And
so
it's the summer, who's dating anyone, period.
Exactly.
So
yeah, dating in New York.
But the way that she broke the news of like, I have to tell you, like, he fingered me. Like, she was like proud, you know, and was like, this is like a thing, you know, and then it kind of comes out that there probably
Almost
wasn't eye
cringeworthy.
contact and like no makeout.
Yes.
Like,
Seems very clinical.
where and how did this happen? Yes, it was like, was he your gynecologist?
But she said it was good. So obviously, I mean,
she said it was great.
But they were far more mature this episode than the last episode. Last episode, it was slip of the finger, finger blasting, finger bang.
Never knew that many
there were
synonyms for
voices.
this. Yes,
And
all of the above.
They've become more mature, which I think is good. The future of their relationship.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, what do you
know.
think about? I mean, yes, they got to second base. Do you think, you know, they'll actually take this to either home run or actually meet the parents, actual like adult dating, or you feel like they're gonna be stuck in that teenage ish that they're doing now?
It seems like they want to date each other.
Yeah.
But are they in a fantasy land though? A little bit.
But they're in a fantasy. I mean, the train is going, I would say full speed, but
no,
just
middle school,
fingering.
just fingering. That's no speed.
You listen.
That's no speed.
Might as well be rolling
You might as well be
backwards.
rolling. But I also think that Lindsay is kind of settling. You know, when she mentioned, like, you know, I really want a husband. I want a child.
That's
I want all
not
this kind of
him.
stuff. And it's not him, but you know, when you get to a certain age, it's like, this cab is here. I got to get in the cab and I got to go.
Honey, we're the same age.
Listen.
And I'm not getting in any cabs. I'm not getting in any cabs. She's only 33.
No cabs. No Uber pools for you.
No Uber pools. Well, actually, I do because remember, girl, I live in Bridgehampton.
Right.
So I think that with them, I think the biggest roadblock is going to be everyone else.
Yeah.
The voices, the comments, the Hannah, and then
Yeah.
her, like, and then we'll get to it later. We're going to dive in, but when she kind of like, her and Jules, it seems like people are going to start putting Lindsay on an island. And she does that to herself. She did that with Everett.
Yes.
So I think we also have something from one of the YouTube people. So
Yeah.
so someone commented on our video last week about Everett.
They said, does Everett come back? Marvina wants to know.
Marvina wants to know.
Marvina
Do you think
was
he's going to come back?
question.
That's a great question.
Do you think
Everett.
he's going to come back?
I mean, but Everett is like a revolving door. He came back last season when he was not really in it.
Right.
At the end to kind of just, you know, and Lindsay obviously fell head over heels all over again.
Yeah,
so Everett, I mean, never say never. Never say
Sex
never.
must
It's
have
only
been
June.
good. Right? We got a whole season. So we don't know. Everett might come back.
The
if
4th
sex
of
is-
July, you know, that's his favorite holiday.
He'll be back.
He might
You know,
come
the
back.
former, you know, he's a vet too. So like, we know
Yes.
he's going to come back for 4th of July.
He's gonna come
I
back.
hope so.
And you know, that's a good point. Let me just mention real quick, with AfterBuzz, obviously we're posting our live shows. Make sure to comment, to subscribe, to like, to engage with us. You know, we'd love to read your comments. We love to just know what you're thinking. And we can bring it up and be a part of the show with us. So make sure to subscribe to AfterBuzz TV.
Absolutely. Give
Yes.
a little shout out like
Give it a
Marvina.
little, you know, okay. I like that little ding. What about, okay, so you mentioned a few voices before we move on, like people in their head, like who else was kind of talking? Because we know Jules all of a sudden, she was not the mouse at the corner. She was ready to play.
Oh, that was so
What did you think about
Yes.
that? Jane, what was, I know you had a huge, Jane had a reaction on her face when this happened. So
Oh, this was hilarious because also like she's been mum this whole time.
Yeah.
Very mum.
And that's like just boom out of nowhere that she starts throwing shade at dinner and everyone's like, she better pipe down. And I was like, damn, just throw some sushi in your mouth and pretend you didn't say anything.
Yeah, she said something specific too. Didn't she say like,
Said, I think you screaming is
putting
putting
more
more
pressure.
pressure
Oh,
on
yeah,
the entire situation.
you screaming is putting more
Yes.
pressure on the whole situation.
Let's give just so you have a little background. I'm sure y'all watched the episode, but obviously, you know, Karl is really wanting to know about Armand and Hannah. Like he is really pressed to
too
know
much.
about this relationship.
Yeah.
Too much.
And Hannah kind of retorted and was like, listen, what's happening with you and Lindsay over here?
Mind your business.
And mind your business. Mind your food, mind your drink. And so then afterwards, you know, Jules came up and said what you said. So it's interesting. Jules all of a sudden was ready to not only back up Hannah, but also, you know, try to get a little tea herself. So
Well, I think he was trying to get the fire off of him and Lindsay, and it kind of worked until she kind of went batshit crazy, and then that was not good. Because Lindsay started doing the
Lindsay
high
became
octave.
Lindsay.
She did the high octave. Only a dog can hear noises. And I was like, oh, she's back. Because she's been so chill this season. So I was shocked by that.
Yes. You know, and speaking of the other couple, Luke and Hannah, let's get into this. I mean, they're not a couple, but we kind of want them to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was grinding on her leg or what was that?
Did he grind? Did I miss that?
Well, Hannah said that Luke wants to hump her leg.
Oh, I was like, did he actually grind up her leg?
Hump her leg.
Jane was seeing fantasy.
Jane is getting into predictions.
Yeah, in my dreams.
He's a sweetheart.
Such a sweetheart.
And then he's good with kids. I was like, oh, my ovaries are in overdrive.
Everything.
So, yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
his whole story.
Yeah.
I mean, it just from Minnesota.
Right.
And I don't know about guys from Minnesota, but obviously I need to take a visit because
Midwestern boy.
Farm raised.
Jane, you know a thing or two. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. That's why he had the Minnesota accent was so strong.
Very
It
sweet.
was like Noah Boat it.
And Hannah actually said in the first episode she likes the guy with an accent because she dated British Dave last
Yeah,
season. So she was like,
right.
she was
She
excited about
Love
that.
a guy. I mean, I would never.
I wouldn't choose that over British, but still. But
I
it's an
have
accent.
a Chicago accent, kinda, and I try to, make it as Valley Girl as possible.
No, we like your accent.
It's working out. It's working out.
But there was also something interesting about. There was also something interesting about Luke's story as well, with his dad being in prison.
Yes,
So he kind of
everything.
opened up.
He
a
really
little more
opened up.
emotional. I thought that was nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like you ask Luke one question, he will tell you his soul. Because it
Yeah.
seems like even later when Karl, Hannah, and Luke all went golfing, and again, Karl brought up Armand, who Hannah said is like pretty much off her brand because he's 5'11".
Yeah. I loved
Which
that
I love.
so much.
Which I love.
That was great.
Yeah, he asked Luke about kind of who's he's dating, why he broke up with homegirl, and he kind of spilled his soul about the fact that
Truly.
his ex-girlfriend was abusive. I wouldn't say abusive, but got physical at one point at the very least.
Which I thought was powerful
Yeah.
for a man to open up. That really spoke to me. I think
Yeah.
a lot of men, they don't speak up when there's violence against them
Exactly.
from a woman because they're like, because their friends are going to say, you're not a real man. Like, you should stand up to that. And I think it's really nice that, there was a moment to have like a little of a deeper conversation in a show that's just mainly fun. It was nice to have a deeper layer to it. I thought that was nice.
Especially coming from him too, who, if you think model hockey player, you're not thinking this guy who could potentially get in a relationship that would have something like this happen to him, buy an entire engagement ring and decide to say, I'm not going to give it to this girl, or I'm going to take it back. I don't know.
And he still has it.
Yeah, and he still has it.
This monster.
Who is?
what
Right.
I
know.
Because he
Come to the stage. Come to the stage.
Yeah.
He's so lovely. Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's crazy. I mean, speaking of toxic relationships,
Great segue.
let's talk about Amanda and Kyle. Like, it's crazy. What do you think is happening? First of all, we start with the Dutch oven, and then
That's all you.
tell us what happens next.
So much. That moment was amazing. And then obviously, with the parents, how they're opening up this can of worms, talking about how like lazy she is, and then the parents start fighting. And he's like, I have a glimpse of this. But I will say, girl, Amanda, that is a vibe to just like not be doing anything. I loved it for her. I was like, you know what? Like, you're not going to get away with this.
Right.
But the fact that you're trying, I respect it.
Absolutely. And sipping wine as she does it, like.
Yeah, she's literally pouring herself a glass of wine. He's like, are you going to do, I don't know, he was rattling off a laundry list of things for her to do, including laundry. And he was like, are you going to do this? She's like, no.
Do you want kids? What are you going to do when you have kids? I don't want any.
Oh,
That was the best.
That's what it was.
Complete mood.
He was like, yeah, don't you want kids? How many? And she's like, none.
Right, and that was everything that like she had mentioned that.
The shade.
Yes.
Well, she had also mentioned that she wanted kids. So that's a thing that she's kind of been it has been in the works for a couple seasons now. So for her to all of a sudden say none, she is shut. I relate so much to this girl.
Yeah.
Like, I know everyone's team Kyle, but I am team Amanda because
Tell us why.
that's how I am in a relationship. When I shut down, I am all the F-U-C-K shut down, honey.
Yes.
You can ask all my exes when I'm done, I'm done. She must be a
I
Gemini.
actually do want to
Sign
ask
up
him.
in the
Call
comments.
us at 1-800.
Please don't. Please don't. They're awful
Amir
people.
Yassai.
Please don't.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, I do relate to that. And I think that like the fact is you have a long day, you come in and there's cameras in your face.
Yeah.
And Kyle is not really understanding, like, why don't you throw some boxes away?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you just know how to make lists?
You're
Do you just know
too.
you just know to tell me what there is to do versus actually like helping me out, collaborating, being a team player?
Give me a hug, don't
Give me-
delegate.
you know,
That's what I was always telling my ex. I'm like, give me a hug, don't delegate.
And also, he doesn't realize, like, she says, I don't want to be Kyle. Like, I feel like he has his dream. Loverboy is his vision. That's his goal. Yes, you have a soon-to-be wife, but that doesn't mean I need to do what you want to do. Absolutely. Like, that doesn't mean I need to all of a sudden help you build your dream. Like, I love it. I will sip the tea. I will go to the parties, but I don't need to be a social media manager. That's hard work.
That is hard work for a new brand.
For a new brand. A new
hire
brand.
Paige.
Yeah, hire Paige.
Paige does that. Just hire Paige to do
Hire someone.
Loverboy's Instagram. You have money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that new apartment. I was like, this was not season 3. so
And they
definitely
if you have a column in your apartment in New York, it's expensive.
You got it.
You know
you
it's
got
expensive.
it. If you have more than one room in your apartment in New York,
absolutely. If you even have a bedroom, if it's not a studio, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the idea of them, let's also talk about the fact that they are getting married perhaps between now and 2027. Like, what do you think?
2027,
That gap was intense.
Yes.
Wow, that was quite a gap.
Oh my gosh. Like, could you wait that long? Let's say you got engaged tomorrow. Like, how long would you want to wait before you actually get married? Like,
well, considering
I'm not getting engaged.
Considering I'm reading a book called Getting to I Do in a year, and I don't even.
Severe bug, Jane. Are you okay, sweetie?
Okay.
Why are you reading that? No! Why are we reading that?
Calling Loverboy.
Wow,
Like,
that's a lot.
Self-help books are like. No, it's a crazy book that I probably wouldn't recommend on anyone, but you got to read wide. You got to learn all sides of it.
Absolutely.
So I got to watch everybody on Summer House with infidelity, this and that, and I got to read Getting to I Do in a Year and just meet
somewhere in the middle.
You are too much.
Somewhere in the middle.
Let's talk about, somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
I'm here for these segments, but I'm thinking of the fact that Jules may not be all the way for guys or just probably strictly about Paige. Like, what do you think about their relationship?
I think she is strictly about Paige. I think she is exploring her sexuality. She's on TV. She's coming from a conservative Middle Eastern family.
Yes.
Maybe this is her opportunity to kind of just like put it out there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Paige's opportunity to get more Cartier.
Oh, the Persians, they know how to shop. She's Jordanian, sorry.
A Jordanian,
but the Middle Eastern
still.
people know how to. We know Cartier.
Listen, all you need is 2 months and you have a new Cartier ring?
Yes.
Tell me Perry, where are you?
I am not mad at that.
Where are you? I'm here for it.
I'm not mad at that.
If anyone can do it, that was Paige. Like,
Absolutely.
She was wearing it well.
Wearing it well.
Speaking about wearing it well, she has some fashion. So let's jump
into that fashion
I
segment.
wanna
Take
talk
us away,
about the
Amir.
fashion.
I'm so ready.
Oh,
yes.
The fashion this episode is everything. And it was on the first episode. We had, Jules was wearing a belted one-piece bikini.
Yeah.
She's still bringing it. So we have her. I just kind of scrolled her Instagram and I got some cute photos for us. They're not coming up, so we're going to move along.
No, wait, actually, we should.
I can probably.
You know what? Let's talk about. Let's describe it.
Let's describe it, honey.
for the folks that are listening on our podcast.
I can explain it.
Here we go.
Ooh, healing touch. Okay. Fashion. Vogue, honey. Vogue.
Click, flash.
I can do this all day.
Yes.
Don't stop the music. So she, Jules' Instagram is popping. She is trying to get that influencer. She's coming for Paige.
She's coming.
Jules is coming for you.
She said, I don't need a 13-year-old sleepover anymore.
Right?
I'm bringing the fashion all day, all night.
Bringing it, honey. This piece, she's got a Dior bag. She's got this one piece again. She's really killing it. We got the red. It's a Middle Eastern moment. She's really doing it. She's really trying to get that influencer arm up. If you've got your arm up, honey, you're an influencer.
Yes. And
so
if you tilt that hip,
she looks like she's submitting for that Maxim's cover.
She's doing it all. And then here we have her in Chanel. So she's really kind of going there. I mean, I think I could see Jane wearing an outfit like this.
Yeah.
This is very business Jane.
This is absolute goals for me to wear anything remotely like this.
And then this was really shady, this episode.
Yes.
Paige kind of came for Jules. So she literally said, if she wants flattery is the biggest form of
Imitation
is the biggest form of flattery. And she's like, and then you know, the Bravo producers, y'all are shady. They did a side by side. So it kind of set us up for then Jules is looking up to Paige.
Yeah.
She also said, and we had a news article from last week where she said, we have an organic friendship. She's the only person that she's really connected with in this episode, in this whole season so far. So I think that that's like fabulous. And I'm all here for it. So the men really didn't bring it. The fashion for the men was whatever. But the girls were really bringing it.
The girls really brought it for sure.
So I wasn't mad at that.
I completely agree with that. But this whole you know, I completely agree. Sometimes your friends, you look up to them, you love it, but at the same time, I feel like Jules is, you know, when you're the new girl in the group, you feel like you have to earn your way either through compliments or just by being a bad B. And she decides to do it through compliments, but it seems like a bit overkill.
Is it not sincere?
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't know if it's insincerity or the fact that it's. I feel like it's overkill probably because she actually likes Paige in a romantic way, or is it just strictly friendship? It makes me question, like, why are you?
Or is she trying to get a storyline?
Or is she trying to?
That I don't like. So if we're trying to use gay baiting, I'm not into that. And a lot of Bravo shows will do that where they kind of try to do the gay, like they do that on Housewives. Oh, I think I'm a lesbian, and they did it on OC, and I don't like when they do that. Yeah, because it's not fair to LGBTQ.
If it's
people.
Real, make it be real.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get that.
But that's just my little PSA for the moment.
Well, you know, let's go to another moment because we had a lot of things that happened in the news lately. I'm sure. I'm sure.
TV news.
We had a lot of new stuff. So literally in Page 6, they all went to an event that Page 6 had for the cast members, and they were all reacting. So Hannah was saying, I think that people have sex with each other and people fight who you never would have expected. So she's saying that fights are gonna happen, sex is gonna happen with people we didn't expect. So I'm like, I'm kind of there for it.
So does that mean Jules and Paige?
Right? That's what I thought.
What are you saying,
That's literally
Paige?
what I thought.
Right.
That's literally what I thought. And then when they interviewed Karl and Lindsay on there, I think it was a blue carpet or something cute, they literally were like being very coy. They were saying we didn't arrive together. So I don't know if this relationship has left the show and is continuing now.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. So y'all comment and let us know, like, what are you team, you know, Kyle and Amanda? Are you team Karl and Lindsay? Are you team Hannah and Mr. Lukey? Mm-hmm. Are you Jules and Paige?
Right.
There's a lot going on.
Paige and Perry. Perry is still out here.
Yes. It's sexual musical chairs, honey. They're all going to switcheroo and we're going to see what happens.
Literally. Yeah. And the Cartier will still be left standing.
Yes.
So.
Yes, the Cartier will still be there. So that's what we've got for the news.
The house is bumping. But speaking of all the drama, I've got to mention Marvina coming in hot in the YouTube. Marvina. She also asked, who do we think gets kicked out of the house? They said it's not Hannah. They all agreed to get rid of this person. I saw this on a cast interview.
Marvina's going deep.
Marvina! Yes!
Marvina is making it pop.
You see, that's why we love our AfterBuzz viewers.
Yes.
We need the tea.
Where did she get
who do we
from,
think? Yeah, give us the sources, girl.
I was like, is this Big Brother? I was like, they're kicking people out.
But let's think about it. You know, if they did, who do you think would be kicked out?
You know what?
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Karl.
You think Karl? Why?
Send him on home.
You just want him home.
But there has to be a reason that they all get behind it.
Because I think that he's so sleazy that he's gonna do something wrong.
You know, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, how many more bridges can he burn? Like, he's charming enough that they're all fine with him being there still. Right. But, like, I just feel like something's gonna happen with this whole relation.
Okay.
Someone's gonna rock the boat with Karl, and it's gonna be his doing, and he's gonna get kicked out for a little bit.
Karl's a good one for sure. I'm gonna be devil's advocate a little bit and say Amanda. And the reason why it's not, I mean, she's not Debbie Downer or whatever else, but when she gets in this group, like we talked about, when she's single Amanda, homegirl knows how to party.
She got 10 numbers.
She knows how to bring the fun. Yes. She's very much a girl's girl. But her and Kyle, she gets in this mood that brings the whole summer house kind of like in a funk. They're not really ready to party. They're not really ready to just live their best life. And I think they're probably going to get over it. And they're not going to, they never turn on Kyle. For the most part, they love Kyle's over the top.
We give Kyle a pass.
Yeah, we always give Kyle a pass.
At the end of the day, there is a lot of misogyny, and people have inherent misogyny. They're like, they give the guy a pass. They do.
And he kind of brought the group together from the beginning.
He did.
So
He's
I think
glue.
it's a little bit of a, like they said, the parents, you know, but the parents probably needed a divorce, and they're like, you know what, who do I want to stay with, dad or mom? And I get away with more with dad.
Yep.
So Amanda, I feel like, is the one to go.
But Akillah, remember last season they even had a confrontation where the people in the house, I think Danielle was at the helm of it, where they sat at a dinner, they were like, "This is enough.
This is it.
Enough. You guys don't like each other.
Yes.
Just break up. Like make a decision."
I remember that.
Yeah. So
Good
I think
call.
it's not the
Good
first
call.
time.
Good
So I
call.
agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be Team Amanda is out. Amanda girl, I love you.
She's
I love
great.
the nose
She's
ring.
great.
We can have some fun. Come to LA.
Yes.
Come on the show. But
Right.
I think that you might be asked to leave. Maybe
Right?
just
Come-
one weekend.
yeah.
No, just not the whole time. Just
through.
one weekend.
Come through.
Just
It's
for one
fine.
or two
Yeah.
weekends.
Just
to,
get a little breather.
A little
Breathe,
steam. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Go to Bridgehampton. Come to Bridgehampton with me, girl. Come with me, and we'll have some fun. It'll be
And
great.
what else do you think is going to happen?
Been to Bridgehampton?
I have.
I was so hoping he would say no.
Sorry, Bridgehampton. It's a lovely place, but it ain't the Hamptons.
What else do you think is going to happen next episode? We got a little preview of little things, you know. What do you think is going to happen?
Let's ask Marvina. Marvina,
Marvina,
girl, do
probably,
you know?
yes. Marvina, tell us what's happening next
Hannah
episode.
and Luke. Things
Hannah
are
and
going to
Luke.
happen.
Is he gonna finger her?
Happen. Oh my God. I hope he just goes for it.
Just put it in, girl.
It's either going to be first base or home run.
What's first
no
base?
in between.
Is that kissing?
Kissing.
I always thought fingering was first base. Oops, whatever.
That's insane, Amir.
I mean,
they both start with F. So I mean,
that's true. Thank you, Akillah, girl. Thank you.
If that's first base, then what is third base?
First base for the gays is a blowjob. We're not gonna get into it.
We're not.
It's fine. That's a gay handshake, honey.
Girl,
That is
that's
a gay
Summer House
handshake.
After Dark.
Yes, it is. Now, talking about that, I think my prediction is that what is her name? Oh my God. Lindsay is gonna hook up with a random. So we're gonna get that night camera vision at 4 a.m. Her coming home, and Carl's gonna be pissed.
Crazy, because you know Carl hates rejection.
And he hates rejection. He's gonna do a revenge.
Yes,
fuck. Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
coming.
And the revenge
Yeah.
fuck might be with Paige, because I think Paige is gonna open up.
Oh,
It's gonna tie it in. Gonna tie
Bye,
it in.
Perry.
Right.
Bye,
because,
Perry.
Because you know he's crying. She's crying about the fact that you know her boyfriend is 10 years older than her. She can't really handle the
I felt
adultness of
sorry
it.
for her.
Yeah,
That's
she
a
wants
lot.
to be young. She wants to be 26.
And he's a 36-year-old Persian man. So the mom is
The
saying you better get
parents are
married.
like, listen, what's
Yeah.
happening? So I think, she's going to definitely open up to the rest of the people in the house because
Right.
she has to. They recognize it's a facade. And then Carl might just swoop on in.
I think
Yeah,
she
they
might.
might.
Outside the pantry this
good.
time, girl. Outside the pantry. But listen, that Cartier ring didn't even have diamonds on it. Perry, honey.
There's
Cartier
levels.
rings are
There's
$650.
levels.
No, it's
There's
$650. It's $650. Let's not get our panties in a wad. He spent under $1K.
Yes.
I'm not gonna give him a big price.
You're
for that
right.
one.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know what? But my rings are not here.
Oh, no, I'm available. I'm available, Cartier.
Yeah,
This shit's from
right.
Amazon. No, I will take a ring, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think she should put her life on hold for someone that bought her a $600 ring.
Absolutely.
That's just my opinion.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a gorgeous ring.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're still trying to be the face of Cartier, but remember, she's in her 20s. Like, for her to really put her life on hold, she needs an engagement ring. I know it's been 3 months, but if you really want her to not party,
Not do
stick with
anything.
you.
She's not gonna get
But she
engaged after
said
2 months.
she said she would marry him. You remember?
She did say that.
She did say that.
But she has all those rehearsed answers. I'm
Sure.
a little worried about. I looked up Perry on Instagram. Love you, Paige girl, but he seems like a douche. He looks like a club promoter in Vegas and not at a good club at Tao.
Ooh,
So
I used to
you know,
love Tao.
Me too, girl. Me too. That's where I had my 21st birthday back in the day. I'm not giving you dates because this bitch is older. But like, yeah, I think that. So I think we need to watch for their relationship. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried.
Well, you'll catch us here talking about it.
Yes.
Whatever happens, good or bad, and in between.
Yes.
We're gonna be so ready for it. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yes. So.
Where can they find you?
Well, I'm right here, right now. But if you want to find me on socials, I'm at Amir, AMIR, Yas, and then _.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm at Jane Johnsen on Instagram. Jane Johnsen, SEN_.
There it is. And I'm your host, Akillah Ffriend. Find me on Instagram at Akillah Ffriend with 2 Fs. And until then, buzz you later.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.